After years of hardship, the people of Judah had finally returned home. Their long exile in Babylon was over. They had come back to Jerusalem with hopes of a fresh start, of rebuilding their lives, their land, and their faith. But as time passed, something changed. Their passion faded, their focus shifted. They began to build their own homes, plant their crops, and settle into comfort, while the temple of the Lord, the very symbol of their relationship with God, remained in ruins. And so, God sent a prophet with a sharp and unexpected message. His name was Haggai. He came not with comfort, but with confrontation. He looked the people in the eyes and asked, "Is it a time for you yourselves to be living in your paneled houses while this house remains a ruin?" It was a wake-up call, a divine rebuke. God was not angry because they had homes. He was grieved because they had forgotten what mattered most. The temple was more than a building. It was the heart of their worship, the center of their covenant with God. And yet, they had left it in rubble, ignored and unfinished, while decorating their own homes with fine wood and luxury. The people had good excuses. There were economic problems, political tension, fear of enemies. Life was hard. "Maybe later," they said. "Now's not the right time." But Haggai's words cut through their excuses. God saw their hearts. Their priorities were clear. Self came first, and God came second, or not at all. God did not remain silent. Through Haggai, he said, "Give careful thought to your ways. You have planted much, but harvested little. You eat, but never have enough. You drink, but never have your fill. You earn wages only to put them in a purse with holes in it." In other words, despite all their efforts, they were never satisfied. No matter how hard they worked, something was missing. Their lives felt empty. They were chasing comfort, but finding frustration. And God explained why. He had withheld blessing because they had neglected Him. He wanted their hearts, not just their hard work. It was a powerful moment of clarity. For the first time in years, the people stopped. They listened. They realized that they had been living for themselves and forgetting the one who had brought them out of exile, the one who had never forgotten them. Then, something incredible happened. Unlike many prophets in the Bible who were ignored or rejected, Haggai was heard. His message struck a chord. The people responded. The leaders, Zerubbabel the governor and Joshua the high priest, led the charge. The people obeyed the voice of the Lord, and Haggai delivered another word, this time a message of comfort and hope. "I am with you," declares the Lord. With renewed strength, the people began to rebuild the temple. Stone by stone, they laid the foundation. Day by day, they returned to the work they had abandoned. It wasn't easy, and it wasn't instant. But this time, their hearts were in the right place. Yet, as they worked, some grew discouraged. The new temple didn't look like the old one. It seemed small, unimpressive. Some of the older people remembered the former glory of Solomon's temple and wept at the sight of this new beginning. But God saw their hearts again and spoke through Haggai a second time. "Who of you is left who saw this house in its former glory? But now be strong," God said. "The glory of this present house will be greater than the glory of the former house. And in this place I will grant peace." God was doing more than building a temple. He was rebuilding a people. He was shifting their focus from appearances to purpose, from temporary comfort to eternal covenant, from self-preservation to divine presence. Haggai teaches us that when our priorities are misplaced, our lives will feel out of balance. But when we seek first the kingdom of God, everything else begins to fall into place. He calls us to rebuild, not just with our hands, but with our hearts. Because God is not after buildings made of stone. He is after lives built on trust, obedience, and worship. And when we return to Him, He promises this: I am with you. That promise was true for the people of Haggai's day, and it's still true for us today.